Semifinal Friday at the WAC tournament rolls on as the 4-seed Utah Valley takes on the 5-seed Southern Utah with their seasons on the line. The final University Credit Union softball tournament in the Western Athletic Conference here at the Tarleton State Softball Complex. First round action saw Utah Valley and Utah Tech pick up victories before quarterfinal action on Thursday that saw the top 2 seeds advance into today's semifinal. That's what we've seen so far as California Baptist with a run rule victory over Tarleton State. Good evening and welcome inside the Tarleton State Baseball Complex. My name is Kyle Cruz alongside my broadcast partner Kendra Sheehan as we've got a terrific matchup in store for you tonight. Kendra, Utah Valley, and Southern Utah, they're well acquainted.
Well acquainted. This is going to be their 5th meeting in the last week, so there's no secrets between the two programs, and both of these teams have played with their backs against the wall and have delivered. Only one will prevail here today, though. We
expect to see Michaela Salvatierra right at the center of things again for Southern Utah. 4-hit outing yesterday, and Kendra, she spearheaded the Thunderbird offense.
4 for 4 at the plate for Michaela Salvatierra, the sophomore from Chula Vista. Drove in a run, had a triple, a big part of the reason the Thunderbirds offense erupted for 14 runs against their rival Utah Tech to advance here today.
She's going to have her work cut out for her, as well as the rest of the Thunderbird lineup. Lily Riley will get the ball from Cody Thompson tonight. And Kendra, we look at all that she has accomplished for the Wolverines. No one has won more games this year. She'll need to find one more tonight.
The second-team All-WAC selection in Lily Riley has been that workhorse for this Wolverines team all season long. Over 100 strikeouts on the year, the first Utah Valley player to do that in 4 years. She's going to need to be on her A game here today.
Southern Utah and Utah Valley take 6. It'll take place here at the Tarleton State Softball Complex. Back after this with elimination action. Valley making their final preparations for semifinal action tonight. As Kendra mentioned, 6th meeting of the year between these two as the Thunderbirds are taking the field. You take a look at the Wolverines getting ready to take their first hacks. And the one thing Kendra Cody Thompson has talked about throughout the week is being able to manufacture runs in a variety of ways.
Utah Valley has done just that, and there's something about tournament time that the Wolverines thrive in. This is a program with a ton of veterans. They've reached the WAC semifinals in the last 2 years. When the moment needs to happen, Utah Valley, somehow, someway, they rise to the occasion.
We talked about it. Lily Riley, a terrific pitcher in the circle for Utah Valley. A good one in the circle tonight for Southern Utah. It's a sophomore out of Rockland, California. It's Hannah Duncan.
Hannah Duncan has been that super spinny pitcher for this team. She's got a great curveball, a great screwball. She is her most effective when that ball can move. She can climb the ladder to get strikeouts. She'll do it in a variety of different ways. She'll keep Utah Valley on their toes here today.
She has pitched 3 times recently against Utah Valley. Went an inning in a 10-7 loss, collected a no decision, did not give up a run, scattered 4 hits and 3 runs in 4 innings in a 5-3 decision. As we look at the Gatorade starting lineup for Utah Valley, the group that she will combat tonight, Brittany Moreno, who is the COWAC Defensive Player of the Year. She's been terrific in the leadoff spot this week.
Moreno has been lights out this year. She's such a tough out at the plate for Utah Valley. It's no wonder she's that leadoff hitter. She came into the WAC tournament with 72 hits on the year. And when she gets on defense, COWAC Defensive Player of the Year, she's really that all-around stellar player for the Wolverines.
Moreno takes that pitch for a ball, 2-0. Here's the pitch. That one's taken for a called strike. We look at our umpires tonight. Jerry Jones will call balls and strikes. Kaylee Young is down the first baseline, and Courtney Littledyke is over at third base. Moreno digs in. 2-1 offering. That one's going to be driven into right center field for a base hit. Ranging over is the center fielder, Toscano. She'll play it back into the infield. But Brittany Moreno continues to rake this week here at the Tarleton State Softball Complex. She's on to lead off the first inning.
A great at-bat from Moreno. Just gets enough of that, drives it into the gap in center field. And anytime you can get that leadoff hitter on for your team, you're in a good spot. Let's see how the Wolverines can follow that up.
Look at the Southern Utah defensive alignment in this game. As Duncan now rocks and deals. That one's bunted down the third baseline by Angelique Mann. Coming on to make the play is Becerra. She makes the strong throw to first base, but the sacrifice is successful. Kendra, there's more of that small brawl approach from the Wolverines.
The Wolverines can find a way to get it done in a variety of different ways. I like the small ball action. Credit to Becerra. Obviously, she read that well, but Mann does her job, advances the runner into scoring position early for the Wolverines.
We'll set the table from Amber Rodriguez, the left fielder, a 371 hitter, a home run, 24 runs batted in. That was taken up and in for a ball, 1-0. Brittany Moreno, who stands out at second place, playing in her 204th game as a Wolverine tonight.
Back-to-back first-team All-WAC selections. Brittany Moreno, it's just been a staple for this program. Head coach Cody Thompson going to be sad when she moves on, but proud of all that she has accomplished in the Wolverine uniform.
Amber Rodriguez, she's played a game or two in her time, her 142nd game, trying to drive in the first run of this contest. 2-0 offering from Duncan. That one's taken on the outer half for a called strike.
One thing you'll notice about Duncan, 67 strikeouts on the year, 32 walks. So when she struggles to find the zone, that's when there's a problem. But if she can get that screw and that curve, she has a ton of success.
Right now, in a tough spot as Amber Rodriguez has the hitter's count. Comes from Duncan. That ball's driven to left field. Coming on is Terrellyn Ollison. She makes the catch, gets it back into the infield. So well struck from Rodriguez, but played her perfect did Ollison, and that will leave it up to Tatum Hall, the second baseman.
This outfield for Southern Utah is not one to mess around. A lot of experience returning for the Thunderbirds out there. Terrellyn Ollison, one of them, does a great job tracking that down.
Terrellyn Ollison, Leia Toscano, Michaela Salvatierra, they all can move. Ton of range, left to right in the outfield for Southern Utah is the Spanish Fork native. Tatum Hall digs in a state champion at Spanish Fork High School. Also was a 5A Player of the Year in the state of Utah. And every bit as good for Cody Thompson as he lines that one down the third baseline, evens the count at 1-1.
You got a chance to see a little bit of that power on display when she connects. That's a hard, fast ball off the bat. Leads the team in home runs. She's done an incredible job all season long. The only sad part is she can't participate in this tournament with her sister who's out with an injury.
The 1-1 offering from Duncan. In for a call strike. Had to fend some weather off earlier on in the Erath County area. About a 3-hour weather delay for the winner's bracket matchup earlier between the number 1 seed California Baptist and the 2 seed and host Tarleton State up and in for a ball. The Lancers would prevail 12-4 in 5 innings, a run rule victory for the regular season champs. They punched their ticket into the championship game tomorrow afternoon. Our game day weather conditions for this game, 76 degrees and cloudy, winds out of the south at 10 miles per hour as that one is down and away. Brings the count full now on Tatum Hall. And a big spot early in this game, Southern Utah trying to snare the early momentum defensively.
Now, I was wondering when we were going to get to see the sun here in Stephenville. It's been a cloudy, dreary tournament, but the sun has emerged just in time.
I'm going to say right now, we saw the sun plenty last year in Riverside at the WAC softball tournament where it was 100 degrees plus in the last 2 days. Where Grand Canyon would win it in their final season in the conference. As the 3-2 pitch coming now to Hall. In for a call, strike 3. Big time pitch from Hannah Duncan as she paints the corner for the strikeout there to end the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, a runner stranded for the Wolverines. We go to the home half of the first inning with our score Utah Valley 0 and Southern Utah coming to bat.
University Credit Union has been serving students, employees, and alumni of the university community for more than 70 years. We've got plenty of moves that benefit our members, like the lowest loan rates in the nation guarantee, educational resources, personalized savings and investing advice, and 24/7 online and mobile banking. Plus, our virtual assistant, Royce, is always happy to deliver an assist. University Credit Union, the winning choice. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, baby-like wonder, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea.
Get the Boardwalk Bundle, a number 2 sub, chips and a drink for $10.99. Available for a limited time.
It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Clutch Seats. Get in on the action. Don't miss the save. Scoring tickets has never been easier. Get your tickets now at soldout.com. Soldout.com is a proud partner of the Western Athletic Conference.
Terrellyn Ollison to the plate to lead things off for Southern Utah. A .325 hitter, no home runs, 20 RBI. Much like she has done at the Western Athletic Conference Tournament, Kendra Lily Riley gets ahead.
Lily Riley has had so much success here. She's just been that workhorse, has been able to pitch so many innings. It's the rise ball that gets a lot of batters.
This one is going to be driven into left center field for a base hit, so Terrellyn Ollison is on to lead this game off. We've seen Lily Riley a couple of times so far here at the WAC tournament. She was the winning pitcher in the 3-2 victory over Southern Utah on Wednesday. Went 7 innings, gave up 9 hits, couple of runs that were both earned, walked 3, struck out 4, and then she was on the wrong end of a 3-1 decision against CBU They scattered 7 hits, gave up 2 runs, 1 earned, did not walk a batter, and struck out 2, which looks to be an even more impressive performance when you put into context what we just witnessed moments ago here against a really good Tarleton State crew who is playing on their home field, CBU putting on an offensive display.
I was just going to say, with California Baptist putting 12 runs across, run ruling the 2-seed Texans, Lily Riley keeping that Lancer offense at bay.
Take a look here at our soldout.com batting lineups here in a moment. As it's Michaela Salvatierra who stands at the plate. 348 hitter, no home runs, 16 RBI as that one is fouled off. It'll stay 2-2.
So important for these pitchers to get ahead in the count. I mean, Southern Utah, when they're hot, really when either one of these teams can put it together, Utah Valley has that capability of scoring in bunches. For Southern Utah, the Achilles heel has been the bottom of the lineup.
This one's driven down the left field line, but foul. Good effort that time from the left fielder Rodriguez, but she's unable to get there.
But as I was saying, Southern Utah, when they can turn that lineup over, they can score a ton of runs, and that's how they saw success against Utah Tech. It was the bottom of the lineup that saw production. They'll need to have that same level of high-caliber at-bats here.
This one's grounded back up the middle. There's Moreno. She'll go to Hall to second, throwing to first, not in time, not hit nearly hard enough to double up Salvatierra. So 1 away now here in the home half of the first inning, and it will bring up Mackenzie Becerra. Becerra, 316 hitter, 9 home runs, 42 RBIs. We look at the defensive alignment behind Lily Riley. That one is taken for a called strike. So big at bat here. You do not want Ariana Ramirez hitting with multiple runners on base. That one taken for a ball. Southern Utah, they jumped on Utah Tech last night before the Trailblazers get even out of the gate. 6-0 before they could even bat. It was 9-0 before they could even get into the game as this one's driven deep left. Back goes Rodriguez to the track, to the wall. She makes the catch and plays it back in.
Well, hey, I'll tell you what. Earlier this morning, we saw plenty of those balls leave the park right in that exact spot. That one looked good, just didn't get enough on that. Able to make the grab at the warning track.
2 out. Our 2-out opportunity for Ariana Ramirez, the first baseman. 388 hitter, 4 home runs, 30 runs batted in as she takes that one down and away for a ball. 1-0. Seen the crowd thin out a little bit as the day has worn on. That one's fouled back. A large contingent of Tarleton State fans came out for what was an originally scheduled noon game that got going for about 45 minutes and then the 3-hour delay. Expect to see a lot of them file back in tonight for our final game of the day, as Tarleton State will take on the winner of this contest, as that one is fouled back.
I feel like I've lived 3 lives since the start of that first game. A lengthy delay pushed everything back, but good to see we're getting going here. And a great showdown. Elimination games always bring out the best in competitors.
2-2 the count now with 1 on. Line down the first baseline. It'll say 2-2.
Well, someone you want in a 2-out, 2-strike situation, if you had to put someone there, would be Ariana Ramirez. First team All-WAC selection, 3rd year with the program. Southern Utah Thunderbirds fans know her well. A staple, has such a good eye at the plate, so much discipline. She's not going to swing at anything that's outside the zone. Be a rarity.
That brings the count full and will release the runner, Salvatierra, over at first base. There she goes. This one's going to be hit over to Hall at second base. Fields it on the cut of the outfield turf and dispatches over to Emma Haygood for the final out of the inning. Southern Utah by the boards in the first. No runs on a hit, no errors. They leave a runner stranded. We go to the second inning in Stephenville, Texas. No score between Southern Utah and Utah Valley. Oh, Paige Armendariz will come to the plate. She was terrific in the circle yesterday for Utah Valley. And I think it's safe to say, Kendra, Utah Valley's season would not be going if it was not for Paige Armendariz yesterday.
Tournament Armendariz certainly inside the circle, and she's done that. She was a member of the all-tournament team last year. She rises to the occasion, been with the program for 4 years. She wants to close out a great career at Utah Valley, getting into that championship game.
Mentioned that all-tournament outing last year, as she was 5 for 10, a home run, a double, team high 6 RBI, and she helped push the Wolverines to the semifinals last year, taking for called strike 0-2. First team All-State member at Wasatch High School in Heber City, Utah. He's taken for a ball.
Duncan trying to go with the rise ball there. Armendariz, other benefit of being that two-way player, very familiar with pitchers and all the tools in their toolbox.
1-2 offering coming. That one's popped up left side coming on. Becerra with the slide makes the play for the out. One away. That'll bring up Megan Sturzer, the right fielder. Sturzer, a .301 hitter, 3 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Out of Taylorsville, Utah, takes that one for a called strike. 4th in the state of Utah, and led all of 6A as a senior as she hit .611 a year ago, I should say, as a senior. It's had an outstanding year this year as a freshman, as that one's up and away for a ball. Brings the count even at 1-1.
Sturzer's having a great freshman campaign. Head coach Cody Thompson said she's caught fire as of late and is really hoping that that happens here in the tournament, saying she can be a big X factor for this program.
That one's popped up right side, ranging back is Mazzara. She'll be called off by Michaela Salvatierra, who makes the easy catch for the out. So quickly 2 away here in the top of the second inning, and that's going to leave the Utah Valley half of the second up to Emma Haygood. Wolverine first baseman, a .333 hitter, 6 home runs, 36 RBI. As Hannah Duncan has done a good job after seeing some traffic in the first inning. She has attacked the zone throughout the second. Let's retire the side in order with Haygood.
She's had a lot of opportunities for experience this year. Transfer in, didn't have a whole lot of experience. I mean, 2 starts last year for Fresno State, and this year has come in, has been a huge part of this pitching staff. Really, this is a pitch by committee approach, pass the ball, very unselfish crew, but she's taken a majority of that workload.
2-0 offering to Haygood. Pitch over the plate to hit and fouled it off. Haygood, who played in 30 games as a freshman back in 2023. Then she saw action in only 7 games as a sophomore before being a mainstay in the lineup last year. Started 35 games, led all starters in batting average with a .363 clip, and then this year playing in her 52nd game. So she's seen her career grow over the back half of her stay in Orem as this one's popped up down the third base line. Not quite enough time for Cassidy Munoz to get there as the count is full.
And I love this story that Coach Thompson told us last year. He was talking about Haygood, and he said a couple years ago, Haygood's mom came up to him and said, hey, thanks for not giving up on my daughter. Well, one road trip to California, the swing just came through, and he hasn't removed her from the lineup since. I said, are you kidding? I would never give up on her. And look at how she's developed.
One of the breakout offensive players for the Wolverines, who battles in a full count. Fouled back. Utah Valley, the number 4 seed, comes into this game 30-22 overall. Offering. Driven to center field. Coming on is the center fielder Toscano. Makes the catch for the out. Easy peasy for Hannah Duncan in the second. As she retires the side in order, we go to the bottom of the second inning. No score between Utah Valley and Southern Utah. Take a look at the onlookers here at the Tarleton State Softball Complex. Watching elimination action between Utah Valley and Southern Utah. We're talking about Utah Valley as a whole. We look at Southern Utah, 21-29 coming into this contest.
Really, the Thunderbirds have struggled on the road coming into the tournament. They had just won 3 road contests, 3 of 17 on the year, so they've struggled away from Cedar City.
Popped up on the infield. Easy play for the third baseman, Rye Benning, as she sees it home for the first out. Both of these teams this weekend started action against each other on Wednesday in first-round action. Utah Valley picking up a 3-2 win. Since in Utah Valley, that 3-1 loss to CBU we mentioned, but they bounced back nicely in a 5-1 win against UTA. Southern Utah, this one is taken. Southern Utah with a big win over Utah Tech last night as their offense exploded in the nightcap.
That was a fun one to watch. Southern Utah, they really struggled in the loss to Utah Valley. They stranded bases. They left the bases loaded 3 back-to-back innings, and they had no problem bringing those runners home yesterday.
Driven to left field. Moving over is Angelique Mann. She's not going to get there on the full extension dive. Amber Rodriguez will track it down, get it back into the infield, but not before the one-out double. Cassidy Munoz, the Thunderbird backstop, kickstarting the offense here in the second.
A beautiful at-bat by the catcher Munoz, driven hard into left center field, and Angelique Mann in center for the Wolverines. She can cover a lot of ground, but that one was tricky. Did her best to get that one, but Munoz, beautiful placement.
7th double of the year for Munoz. Did a great job letting that ball get deep, driving it the other way. As Alea Toscano digs in, Thunderbird center fielder takes that one for a called strike. Toscano was 1 for 3 against Lily Riley in their first matchup on Wednesday. Was into this game hitting .279, a home run, 19 RBIs. This one's taken on the outer half for a called strike. Brings it now to 1-2. Rounded to the right side. That'll advance the runner, Tatum Hall, with the easy play. Will record the second out of the inning. So first run of the game stands 60 feet away. But it is likely going to take a hit from Tani Mazaris, the second baseman.
Tani Mazaris has had an up-and-down year. She's not necessarily tearing it up in her batting average, though she's up to .279, so her bat has gotten hot as of late. She was certainly hot last night. That was a big part, the 7, 8, 9 hole hitters for Southern Utah, turning that lineup over.
At her first home run of the season in the win over Utah Tech. Inside for a ball. Bottom third of the order. Combined to go 4 for 7. You add in the pinch hit from Michelle De La Cruz. The traditional starters went 4 for 6 in the 14-5 win going away against Utah Tech, as this one is fouled off. And now Mazaris is going to have to battle against Lily Riley.
And I love what Lily Riley can do inside the circle. She's that fierce competitor. She'll go every inning if Coach Thompson allowed her to. She wants the ball in her hand. She didn't throw a whole lot last year, but it's just gotten so good this year.
And for a called strike 3, Lily Riley throws the chair to Tani Mazaris to close out the second inning for Southern Utah in the second. No runs on a hit, no errors. They leave a runner stranded at third. We go to the third inning, no score between Southern Utah and Utah Valley. Utah Valley to face Hannah Duncan, and Kendra, she's going to want to draw from that well that she dug in the second inning.
Yeah, she started off showing her stuff early. She's found the strike zone and has pretty much gone. Well, she went 3 up, 3 down. Only had to go through 4 hitters. It's impressive what she's been able to do. And when you tell that she gets on a roll, it's really hard to face her. That's one of the things that Hannah Duncan does so well, is she can really locate the zone, and then she gets into her own mental zone. Coach Williamson talked about it, where she's just able to deliver all the spots that she needs to.
The early part of this game's important, as this one's driven back up the middle. Ranging over to her left is the shortstop, Knight, as she'll make the play and the throw for the out. Isabella Knight has been outstanding defensively this week at shortstop for the Thunderbirds. But to continue that thought, she needs to get through the early part of this game because longevity's been an issue. It's been over 2 months, nearly 2 months, I should say, minus a few days, since she's gone 6 innings in a game, and she hadn't gone north of 4 since then. So, considering the Thunderbirds are in the loser's bracket, they will need to play again tonight and then win twice tomorrow. You need Hannah Duncan to go as far into this game as possible.
100%. She's certainly capable of doing that. On the other hand, for your relievers in the bullpen, I mean, Avery Nielsen, Riley Nielsen, the 2 sisters, a great story there. They've been solid. Delaney Baker, another great one. And you even can dig into Moreno and Tom Coach. Plenty of options for Southern Utah, but going far for Hannah Duncan would set the T-Birds up a good spot for a doubleheader here.
After retiring Higuereta, it's Rai Binney at the plate. A .371 hitter is the third baseman. No home runs, 7 RBI. We're going to get something started in the 9-hole, and then it is Brittany Moreno on the top of the order. As this one's grounded over tonight, they'll challenge her again, and she's more than up to the task as she dispatches of Binney for the out. 2 up and 2 down for the Wolverines in the third.
Isabel Knight just has the ability to read the plays so well. She always has a jump on them, so not only that is she quick with her footwork, but then she's got a cannon of an arm, the speed to which she can throw it across the infield, and it's tough. With Rai Binney, she is a speedster on the base paths. To get that out is huge.
Now Brittany Moreno will come back to the plate. Singled her first time to the plate to right field as this one is taken for a ball. 1-0. Duncan, the Whitney High School graduate, a 3-year varsity athlete, and she was as decorated as you'd find, an all-state member, an all-Sacramento and Joaquin section, all NorCal region. Helped lead Whitney to a 2024 Sierra Foothill League championship. Look at her numbers as a senior. An 18-3 record and a .93 ERA for Hannah Duncan. This ball is driven to left field. Back goes the left fielder. She looks up, and all that Terrell Allison can do is watch it fly as Brittany Moreno, the tone setter, does just that here in the third inning.
Hey, you can see as soon as that left the bat, I mean, it was going deep into left field. Brittany Moreno has powered her way to her 7th home run of the year. I love what she's been able to do. I mean, she hit for the cycle against Southern Utah when they played in the regular season. She just has the ability to put any ball anywhere, including out of the park.
She's 2 at-bats in today. She's halfway there. Got one of the toughest parts of that cycle done as she hits the solo home run to left field and gives Utah Valley the lead. Is now digging in is Angelique Mann, the center fielder. Mann, a sacrifice bunt to the third baseman Becerra in the first. And grounded over to second. This should end the inning, as Tawny Mazaris will straighten and fire over to first, but Utah Valley on the board first on the back of Brittany Moreno, her 7th home run of the season, gives Utah Valley the 1-0 lead. reaching for the lead for the first time this evening. 1-0 Utah Valley. The advantage on the Brittany Moreno home run. Kyle Cruz coming to you live alongside my broadcast partner Kendra Shee. Andrew Lawton is in the dugout. Our producer for tonight's game is Blaine Temez. Emma Boggs is directing tonight's show. Our technical director is John Stewart. On replay tonight, Aiden Tremaine and Sabrina Board. Caitlin Flanagan is our graphics operator. Audio engineer is Danny Weiss. And then the real heroes tonight, our camera operators, Dylan Morgan, Cody Smith, James Flynn, Berkeley Fansler, and Danny Green. As they have been providing you this semifinal action in the University Credit Union Western Athletic Conference softball tournament that Lily Riley has been on point for so far as she deals strike number 2, 1-2, and that's been a big part of her success, Kendra. She has stayed ahead all week.
We can stay ahead. You can just get in that groove, and we've seen that from Lily Riley. She's had a ton of success in this tournament. She's been able to find the spots, mix it up, and there she goes again.
And blows it by Isabella Knight as she is retired for the first out in the third inning. As that will now turn the order over to Terrellyn Ollison. Thunderbird left fielder, 1 for 1. She led off the home half of the first with a single back through the circle and into center field. Driven to left center, Angelique Mann had her played perfect in that left center field gap as she makes the play for out number 2. Quickly 2 away for the Thunderbirds in the third.
I love the way that Mann played that. She was pushed up a little bit, but she is able to track down anything. Does it right there. The sun, even shining in her eyes, can block that with the glove and still make the grab.
Now digging in for the Thunderbirds is Michaela Salvatierra. Takes that one for a called strike. She was our Game 1 and Adidas featured player in our open. A 4-hit performance last night as that one is swung through and missed. She provided the motor for the vehicle that was the Thunderbird offense last night in a 9-run victory to keep their season alive as this one misses outside for a ball, 1-2 the count. And Lily Riley, much like she has the last couple of days, not just getting ahead, working with terrific pace in the circle.
Yeah, once you get in the groove, it's almost like you just want to keep going.
She has just kept going all week, 2-2 the count.
I really love her leadership as well. I mean, you look at her history. She was the student body president in high school. Anytime you can garner that much respect from your peers, it's going to carry over into college, and especially when you're inside the circle. She's done just that.
Even at a kind of a core perspective of it, your teammates probably going to like you. If you're the student body president, it means you can get along with some people, and that's a key dynamic within a team setting. So he was terrific in the circle at Oregon City High School as well, as this one's going to be lined softly through the hole and towards left field. Usually it's a hit, unless Brittany Moreno's playing, as she makes the play seem rather routine to retire the side. The Thunderbirds go 3 up and 3 down here in the third. We go to the fourth, 1-0 Utah Valley. 2-0 Utah Valley with the lead, and the heart of the order will come to the dish in the 4th inning. Amber Rodriguez to lead things off. She was a flyout victim to Tara-Lynn Ollison in left field back in the 1st, although she tested the boundaries of the Tarleton State softball complex. She drives this one into center, and the basket catch, Willie Mays style from Alea Toscano.
I love it. Alea Toscano in the center field has been nearly unbeatable. Just has a great eye, can read that so well. Running on that one fast. Didn't even need to slide. Just go with the basket.
As Tatum Hall will now come to the dish. These two pitchers locked in both these lineups right now. 2 of 11 to open the game. Without a hit with runners on or in scoring position as this ball is driven to center field. And you can forget about that one. Touch 'em all. Tatum Hall to the deepest part of the Tarleton State softball complex. And the Utah Valley offense strikes again. It's 2-0.
How about that celebration from Tatum Hall? Stomps her way across home plate. Gets all of that. Duncan unfortunately left that one over the plate, and Hall made her pay. That one was a no-doubter the minute it left the bat. Oh my gosh. 2
quick reads from Alea Toscano, one of them to make the basket catch, the other one to just watch it fly out of the Tarleton State softball complexes. Tatum Hall, she gets the Wolverine chain. Paige Armendariz will come to the dish. 2-0 Wolverines now in the top of the 4th inning as that pitch is down and away. It's Anna Duncan, who has filled the zone. Unfortunately for Thunderbird fans, she has missed out and over the plate a couple of times. Over the last 2 innings, Brittany Moreno and Tatum Hall make her pay as the 1-0 offering. That ball is driven to left field. Tara-Lynn Ollison will range towards the left field line and make the catch for the out. She's been busy out in left field so far this evening, and that will now push it to the 6th hole and Megan Sturzer.
And you look at the way that Lily Riley inside the circle for the Wolverines has kept the Thunderbirds offense at bay. Duncan going to need to lock in here, but we could be seeing a new pitcher just based historically on the innings pitch that Duncan can go.
If you think back to, Kendra, to that Wednesday matchup between Utah Valley and Southern Utah, Riley Nielsen pitched well, but she made a couple of mistakes. That's all Lily Riley needs sometimes, is she spotted a 2-run lead early on in this game. She has looked like she may not need much more tonight. And so far through 3 innings as she's pitched 3 goose eggs up there. Thunderbirds a couple of hits in that time. They've stranded a couple of runners. But it's Utah Valley with the lead, trying to move the line here with 2 outs. Sturzer 0 for 1 tonight as she flew to right back in the 2nd inning. Takes that one for a called strike. 2-1.
And there's that nice curve pitch from Duncan, the screwball getting that outside corner.
This one outside for a ball. Hitters count on Sturzer. Hitters count offering to Sturzer. Taken for a called strike. And Anna Duncan trying to come all the way back here.
And you see the way that Duncan can work east to west in that zone. She'll paint the outer corner, then she'll get you inside. That's what she can do.
Uses all parts of the plate. This one's going to be fisted back through the middle. That's going to be a tough play, but the bare hand by Mackenzie Becerra. A nifty play to retire the side. Utah Valley does pick up a run on the Tatum Hall home run. And standing by with Cody Thompson, it's our own Drew Lawton.
Thank you, guys. Coach, got the big home run from Moreno there in the top of the 3rd. How big was that to kind of get this offense going?
What a player she is, right? Like, she's just killing it right now, and just finishing up her senior year. Couldn't ask any more of that kid. Like, she's just really come on at the right time.
And with a potential game up next, how important is it to focus on the one that's being played right now?
Yeah, super focused. Like we're not going to worry about the next game until this one's over. So, but they all matter, right? We've got to make sure that we're just taking care of every inning, every second, every at bat. That's all we're focused on right now.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Way home here at the Tarleton State Softball Complex, and Lily Riley's lead has doubled since she last took the circle, thanks to the solo home run from Tatum Hall. But now she will face the heart of the Thunderbird order: Mackenzie Becerra, Ariana Ramirez, and then Savannah Lira.
Really, for Lily Riley, it's just keep doing what you're doing, getting ahead in the count.
This one's going to be driven to left field, ranging over Rodriguez. She's going to have to play this off the wall. Angelique Mann grabs it, hurries to get it back in to hold Becerra to a long single. So a nice defensive play by Angelique Mann. And by the way, Kendall Purdy now out in left field. Amber Rodriguez has shifted over. So the leadoff lady is on. That's something that Lily Riley's worked around a lot the last couple of days. But here, Thunderbirds get Becerra on and Ariana Ramirez to the plate. Grounded to second back in the first inning. And she takes that one for a ball, 1-0.
And that really, you saw the respect that Angelique Mann has commanded in this league. Becerra not even going to attempt that cannon of an arm to go to second. It was an easy throw right in front, and she didn't risk it.
Going to get two for the price of one here as Brittany Moreno, the tailor-made double play, takes it herself. And as quick as the leadoff lady got on, there's nobody on and two away.
And that's unfortunate for Southern Utah, right? You get that leadoff hitter on in a great at-bat, and then unfortunately the double play from Ariana Ramirez. Your first team all-WAC just hasn't had a whole lot of success today, but good opportunity here for Lira.
I would love to see someone find a defensive duo at the mid-major level like Tatum Hall and Brittany Moreno. They do a phenomenal job at second and short, shoring things up the middle for the Wolverines. The 0-1 offering. Coming to Savannah Lira. Driven to left field. Back goes Kendall Purdy to the track, to the wall. She makes the catch on the run for the final out of the inning. Kendall makes it look Purdy out in left field as she retires the side. Here in the fourth, we go to the fifth inning, 2-0 Wolverines.
Introducing Gatorade Lower Sugar. No artificial colors. No artificial flavors. No artificial sweeteners. And 75% less sugar. Gatorade Lower Sugar. Hydrates better than water. Is it in you?
Across the country, there are destinations that are calling. We stand proudly above the ranks, a testament to our unwavering commitment to excellence in all that we do. Always embracing the extraordinary.
7 dynamic cities, home to 7 world-class institutions.
The Western Athletic Conference. Together, we are one WAC.
University Credit Union has been serving students, employees, and alumni of the university community for more than 70 years. We've got plenty of moves that benefit our members, like the lowest loan rates in the nation guarantee, educational resources, personalized savings and investing advice, and 24/7 online and mobile banking. Plus, our virtual assistant, Royce, is always happy to deliver an assist. University Credit Union, the winning choice. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
The Western Athletic Conference would like to thank its great corporate partners for sponsoring the 2026 University Credit Union WAC Softball Championship. Jersey Mike's, proud supporter of Western Athletic Conference women's sports, a sub above. And The Venue, official ticketing partner of the Western Athletic Conference.
And a Duncan deals ball 1 to Emma Haygood, the 7-hole hitter, who is 0 for 1 this evening. Flew to center field in the second, as it'll be the bottom third of the Utah Valley order, who will hit here in the top of the 5th inning, as this one's taken high in the zone. And Kendra, we look at the totality of this game for both these teams offensively. Both Utah Valley and Southern Utah are 3 for 14 at the plate. Big difference, 2 of those 3 are from Brittany Moreno and Tatum Hall.
Yeah, when you have that duo, Tatum Hall and Brittany Moreno, I mean, when they're on, it's really tough to beat them. They're so good at the plate, so much experience, too. And then they play so well. We saw what they could do in the infield. It's going to be a big test for Southern Utah. Do see number 5 warming up in the bullpen, Avery Nielsen for Southern Utah.
This one's taken outside for a ball. And you look at the Utah Valley order, 4-pitch walk to Haygood, Brittany Moreno, Amber Rodriguez, Angelique Mann, Paige Armendariz, Emma Haygood, who stands on first, and Maya Higuereta, especially defensively for the backstop. When the veterans are locked in, this is a really tough team to beat, as they've been good so far in this one, as we will see a pinch hitter go over to first base, Mackenzie Wright. Good to see her out and running. She got smoked by a line drive yesterday, a one-hopper. She was in that exact same position, taking her secondary lead. As at the time it wiped away what would have been a much larger threat. Was first and second, nobody out when it happened. Ended up having to make the runners go back. But it would not end up biting Utah Valley. They would come out victorious 3-2 to open up the tournament. Now trying to send Southern Utah home, as this one is bunted foul by Higuereta, who coming into this game hitting .211, grounded out to short. So with a leadoff base runner and the 2-0 lead, this is a prime sacrifice bunt situation.
100%. Higuereta very capable of advancing a runner, and right now for Utah Valley, you're just trying to tack on a few more runs. 2 runs, nothing safe here.
Ball's driven to right field. Ranging back is the right fielder, Michaela Salvatierra. She makes the catch, plays it back into the infield. So struck well by Maya Higuereta. Right at the right fielder. So Rai Benny will now come to the plate.
You just see this core group with Utah Valley has been with the program, most of them for their 4 years, or if they're juniors, they've stuck around for all 3 years. And head coach Cody Thompson just seems like an absolute delight to play under. He's such a positive coach. He really brings out the best. He's developed a strong culture over the last 5 years. That's been his main priority, and you can see he's done that very well.
As he will gather the troops on the third baseline, Hannah Duncan will go visit with her defensive mates. Benny, who is 0 for 1, grounded to short in the third. And while there's now 1 away, not another bad spot for a sacrifice maybe, because on deck it's Brittany Moreno. And the way Lily Riley's pitching, you may not need many more runs in this game. You scratch 1 or 2 more across, that might be enough to push you into the nightcap tonight to challenge the number 2 seed Tarleton State.
And Lily Riley has thrown against Southern Utah many times in the last matchup of the regular series. She tossed the complete game. We saw her here in the tournament, so there's not a whole lot of secrets in terms of what she throws, but she's so good and so consistent that Southern Utah has been struggling.
No secrets, but she keeps getting stronger. Ooh, that's the scary part, as Benny shows bunt, pulls back, and takes that pitch for a strike. 1-1 the count. Duncan has reached the 60-pitch plateau. That one's going to be grounded over to Knight. She'll go with a glove over to second. Throw on to first is not in time on what is a bang-bang play. Good job by Benny legging it out. I'm curious if Don Williams may want the video review here. Yes. I'm going to make the early call, Kendra. I haven't seen the replay. I think she's out at first. It looked like in real time they got her for the 6-4-3 double play, as they're going to go take the look. As that was a terrific turn by Isabella Knight. And Kendra, if she doesn't play that with the glove, they don't have a chance at getting 2 outs there.
No, and she's been so good bare hand. We saw it in the last inning. She's so fast, has been a staple really for this infield, and for a freshman, she's done so well. Ooh.
It's tight. Here is where I will say this. And this is the shot right here that's going to tell us. Oh, she's there. She's there. She's there. It's a bang-bang play over there. As I don't mind Don Williams rolling the dice here. You're starting to get towards the later third of this game. And, Kendra, you can't take that review back to the hotel with you. So you use it here, try to push the envelope, although I don't think it's going to come to avail.
And Coach Williams, I mean, she's been coaching for 30 years. She started her head coaching career at age 27 and just makes a lot of good decisions, right? You got to challenge that one regardless if it's close. You don't have many opportunities.
And also a great example of why I'm up here in the booth, as it's a 2-0 game here in the top of the 5th. Hannah Duncan trying to work around some more traffic, 1 on and 2 away. As we've seen Tarleton State start to spill down the right field line from the bleachers as they prepare for the winner of this. As that game will take place approximately a half hour following the conclusion of this one. As we have got a new Thunderbird pitcher. We'll go ahead and keep it here as we focus in a familiar face. Kendra, it's Riley Nielsen.
Her sister, Avery Nielsen, was warming up in the bullpen, but also must have been warming up to Riley. The redshirt junior has had a great year inside the circle, has that great side-to-side movement. Her changeup is a great equalizer. She can throw it downwards. Didn't get a ton of reps last year, but has come on as a strong leader here.
Last 2 times she's pitched has been against these Wolverines. She pitched on Wednesday, got the start, and I talked about it. For the most part, she matched Lily Riley pitch for 4 innings, made a couple of mistakes, ended up collecting a no decision in what was a tough luck 3-2 loss, and then she actually picked up a victory, her 4th win of the year. Before that, pitched 3 scoreless innings against the Wolverines in a 5-3 win back on May 1. So she's very familiar with this group. And as we've talked about tonight, these 2 teams playing for the 6th time this season. And this one is truly the only one that matters. As Brittany Moreno digs in, runner on first, 2 away. First pitch is taken down in the zone. And Kendra, I like the move there from Don Williams. Don't allow Brittany Moreno to see Hannah Duncan for a 3rd time.
No, especially after she blasted a home run. She's seen enough. Bring in somebody new and catch Moreno off her toes.
Double and triple shy of the cycle is Brittany Moreno, as it's a 1-1 count. Angelique Mann on deck as they try to start the 2-out rally. This one's going to be grounded to second. Easy play for the second baseman, as Tani Mazaris will dispatch of Brittany Moreno and the Wolverines in the 5th. For Utah Valley in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner stranded. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 Utah Valley. Lily Riley back out into the circle. 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Kendra Sheehan, she has gotten stronger as this game has rolled on.
Yeah, from her first pitch, I thought she looked good and just keeps getting better. That's something that Lily Riley does. When she gets in the zone, it's really hard to get her out of it. So Southern Utah is going to have to just find a way, get runners on base, start to try and manufacture some runs, go a little small ball, and that bottom half of the lineup got to turn things around.
Face Cassidy Munoz, who doubled back in the 2nd inning. To put a runner on second base and 1 out, she has faced the minimum since then, as this one is going to be lined sharply. So that's another key detail for Lily Riley in the 3-2 win against Southern Utah, and then again was outstanding against CBU. She's made her biggest pitches when she's needed them most, and that's been the case again tonight. The 1-2 offering outside for a ball. That'll even the count at 2-2. Munoz, the Thunderbird catcher, 1 for 1. As I mentioned, doubled. She was the last one to, I was going to say make solid contact, but you actually think back to the beginning of the last inning. Had the leadoff single that was a loud single for the Thunderbirds, but then the double play erased it, as this one is taken for a ball and the leadoff walk, and that's what the doctor ordered for Southern Utah.
Yeah, this is exactly what the T-Birds need. Now you bring up Toscano. Gonna need to start getting something together, but this is as best as you could hope for with your leadoff batter.
Toscano 0 for 1 this evening, grounded out to the second baseman Hall back in the 2nd inning. Sacrifice situation. Let's see what they elect to do here. Taken outside for a ball. As Maya Higuereta wants to visit with her battery mate Lily Riley so they can get on the same page. While they visit, we're going to send it down to the Southern Utah dugout as Drew Lawton is standing by with Southern Utah assistant Taylor McQuillan.
Thank you, guys. Coach, after a couple of solo shots from Utah Valley, how are you looking to respond on offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think this happened to us a little bit last weekend when we played UVU in our 3-game series, and so I feel like we responded well. I think we're just slow to get the bat moving right now, so finding ways to get on past the bat and score some runs, 1 run at a time, is going to be beneficial for us. But I feel like Hannah did a great job, and Riley came in and shut Moreno down her 3rd time through. So.
And you've been learning under Coach Williams here at Southern Utah. How big has that been for your coaching career?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Coach Shannon is great. She's given me an opportunity to coach at the collegiate level, and that's my dream outside of playing. So just being able to learn under her, learn with her, grow together has been amazing these past 2 years. It's been a blessing.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thanks, Drew. And Southern Utah, with a runner on first, they've gotten the leadoff lady on. That's been a challenge this week against Lily Riley, but got to try to find a way to string some hits together and move the line. So far in tonight's game, Southern Utah 0 for 6 with runners on base.
I love what Coach McQuillan had said. She's promoted to associate head coach this past year. She's a distinguished pitcher, played at Arizona, a ton of experience there. And you can see her really coming into her own as a coach for this coaching staff and just, finding a way. Okay, we got to manufacture some sort of runs. That's not going to get it done there, unfortunately, for the T-Birds.
Swing and a miss by Toscano. That is the 3rd strikeout of the evening for Lily Riley, as Don Williams, I think, is going to go to a pinch hitter here, as it'll be Michelle De La Cruz. And Kendra, Utah Valley, well acquainted with Michelle De La Cruz. She had the game-tying home run, albeit the game stayed tied briefly on Wednesday.
When she catches fire, she can be really good, and she caught fire in this tournament. I like the idea from Coach Williams, hey, bring in somebody that provided a spark for that bottom part of the lineup and see what you can do here. Hey, she goes long. They're right back in it. It's tied.
Vegas native went deep to the deepest part of the Tarleton State softball complex. Just like to get a hit here. This probably won't do it, as foul ball here is going to end up on the roof above us. Vegas native who went to Palo Verde High School. First team all-region member. Played in 30 games a season ago. Her 42nd appearance here this evening is she's hitting .235 on the season. That was her 4th home run on Wednesday, 7 RBI. As Cassidy Munoz stands over at first. 1-2 offering. Foul tipped. Good job staying alive that time by Michelle De La Cruz, and we'll do it again.
Riley got De La Cruz, to chase on that one. And Coach Williams says with De La Cruz, you're going to get one of two things. You're going to get a home run or you're going to get an infield fly. She's very inconsistent, but she's that first bat she's picking up in a pinch hitting role.
It's high in the zone for a ball, evens the count. A 2-2. On deck, another pinch hitter for Southern Utah as Elena Mayaki will hit next. Then it's back to the top of the order for Southern Utah as that one swung on and missed. Lily Riley blows it by De La Cruz. And there's now 2 away in the 5th.
I like the response from Lily Riley. She walked the first batter in this inning, and it felt like, okay, is she losing steam a bit? And she said, no, back-to-back strikeouts.
That's one thing that makes Lily Riley so effective. She has now thrown 164 2/3 innings. She's only walked 55 hitters all year, so she does not give you much. As Elena Mayaki steps in for the Thunderbirds. Takes that for a called strike, 0-1.
Yeah, Coach Williams just trying to give other hitters an opportunity, a different look.
Mayaki, a 154 hitter on the season, 3 home runs, 7 RBI as she skies this one on the left side into foul territory. She'll now have to battle down 0-2.
A tough spot, especially for the freshman pinch hitter. Not a whole lot of experience, but a great learning test here. How do you handle adversity? A good eye there.
1-2 the count. Don't forget to join us for the nightcap. 30 minutes following this one, Tarleton State, the number 2 seed, takes on the winner of this game here. That one is fouled back. The count stays 1-2.
Well, you do like the effort from the freshman pinch hitter here. Trying to extend the at-bat.
This one skied on the third base side, giving it a quick look as Rye Benny. It'll end up well out of play.
A little bit of a bat lag there, catching it and popping it back. That's back-to-back foul balls that have gone pretty much right on top of our heads.
1-2 the count on Mayaki as she continues to battle. One-two once again. That one just missed down in the zone, and the deuces are wild. 2-2, 2 away in a 2-0 game. And a runner on first base. That one's going to be grounded sharply down the third baseline. That is a fair ball. Kendall Purdy will cut it off before it gets to the wall, play it back into the infield. But the Thunderbirds now, with runners at the corners and 2 away, and maybe more importantly, it's going to turn it over to the top of the order.
Exactly who you want right now, Terrellyn Allison. A great piece of hitting from Mayaki. Just sends that down the third baseline. Not a lot of balls get past Rye Benny, but that one does. It snuck by, and then when you get it there, it goes deep into left field and allows the runner to get all the way Munoz to third.
I think Cody Thompson wants them to take a look and see if this was a fair ball. That is very close as we look here. As it's close. It looks like it's over the third base bag, and I don't know if that's a shot that's going to be able to allow you to overturn the call on the field, but it's about as close as it gets.
And when I first saw it just with the naked eye, I thought, I wasn't quite sure on it. Right move by Coach Thompson. You got to challenge it. Southern Utah finally getting a little bit of momentum, so you can shut it down. You want to do that, but this is going to be a tough one.
Utah Valley vibing in the circle here as they wait on the video review. As Kaylee Young has gone over into the video review well down the first baseline. That's the young lady that has put us into suspense here in the 5th inning, having a good time here in the WAC semifinals. As Kaylee Young has seen enough, let's see the call. On the field is upheld. So it'll be runners at the corners, 2 away. And now Lily Riley will have to do what she has done all week so far, and that's bear down in the biggest moment of this game so far here in the 5th inning.
You know, this is where great pitchers are made. Can you get out of this tough situation? You got runners on the corners, and I think Lily Riley is more than capable of doing so.
It's going to be the leadoff hitter, Tara Lynn Ollison, who will come to the plate. Left fielder, 1 for 2 this evening. Singled back through the middle in the first, flew to left in the third. She hits in the biggest moment of this game so far for Southern Utah, trying to chip away at a 2-0 deficit. Takes that one for a called strike, 0-1.
And that's exactly what Riley needs to do, get ahead of the count, showing no fear. That's one of the other things I love about her. She's determined and she's relentless from that circle.
Ollison runs really well out of that first base box. This one's lined to the left side. It's going to get through for a base hit. Coming home to score is Cassidy Munoz, and Tara Lynn Ollison has driven in her 21st run of the season and has drawn Southern Utah a run closer.
Well, that's exactly what Southern Utah needed. Needed some production from the bottom of the lineup. They get that with their pinch hitter, and then, boom, the top of the lineup has done what they needed to do all season long, and that is bring home a runner, and now it's a very different ball game.
Now for Cody Thompson, how long's the leash for Lily Riley? As Michaela Salvatierra comes to the plate. Fouls this one off 0-1. Salvatierra 0 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice in the first, and then lined out in third.
From what I've seen, nobody warming up in the bullpen for Utah Valley. Now they're sneaky. I could have been warming up when I was paying attention to the game.
This one high in the zone for a ball, 1-1. Remember, Paige Armendariz was outstanding yesterday, a complete game victory to keep the Wolverines season alive against UTA.
And the other pitcher we haven't seen is Hannah Ortega.
This one's lined to left field. Coming on is the left fielder, Purdy, who ends the inning again in the 5th. This time is handcuffed, but hauls it in for the final out of the inning. But Southern Utah cuts the deficit in half. They pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, 2 stranded. We go to the 6th inning in the City of Champions, 2-1. Utah Valley with a lead.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, baby-like wonder, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea.
Get the Boardwalk Bundle, a number 2 sub, chips and a drink for $10.99. Available for a limited time.
It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Clutch Seats. Get in on the action. Don't miss the save. Scoring tickets has never been easier. Get your tickets now at soldout.com. Soldout.com is a proud partner of the Western Athletic Conference.
Across the country, there are destinations that are calling. We stand proudly above the ranks. a testament to our unwavering commitment to excellence in all that we do. Always embracing the extraordinary.
7 dynamic cities, home to 7 world-class institutions.
The Western Athletic Conference. Together, we are one WAC.
The Western Athletic Conference would like to thank its great corporate partners for sponsoring the 2026 University Credit Union WAC Softball Championship. University Credit Union, the official financial institution partner of the Western Athletic Conference. Gatorade, proud to support the Western Athletic Conference. And SoldOut.com. Visit SoldOut.com, the official ticket resale marketplace for the Western Athletic Conference.
Angelique Mann, Amber Rodriguez, and Tatum Hall to the dish for Utah Valley in the 6th. Mann 0 for 1 this evening. Sacrifice bunt in the 1st, grounded to 2nd in the 3rd as she faces a 1-1 count against Avery Nielsen, who entered and closed out the remaining portion of the 5th inning for Southern Utah. Popped up center field. An easy play for Elena Toscano as she comes in, makes the catch for the out. So between Elena Toscano, Terralyn Ollison, and Michaela Salvatierra, the Thunderbirds have been terrific defensively in the outfield this week.
Yeah, that's a three-peat crew that just can get it done. I mean, they can cover so much ground. There have been so many WAC Top Play nominees, from Toscano just chasing down balls, diving to rob teams of hits, and it's been so impressive all season.
Southern Utah, the number 4 seed, a 30-22 record when you take into account WAC tournament play this week into their overall record this season, as this one's going to be grounded sharply right at the second baseman, Mazzara. She'll flip it over to first for the out, so quickly 2 away in the 6th inning. As Utah Valley this week scored a 3-2 win over Southern Utah in their first game on Wednesday, and then a 3-1 loss to CBU yesterday, before a 5-1 win over UTA in the evening. Now they try to play their way into tonight's nightcap against Tarleton State. Up and in for a ball on Paige Armandaris. Make it Tatum Hall, excuse me. Mann Rodriguez and Hall, I should say. Is Hall 1 for 2, struck out swinging in the 1st, and then a tape measure home run to center field her last time to the dish. Southern Utah, the number 5 seed in this tournament, 21-29 when you take into their week in the Western Athletic Conference tournament, that 3-2 loss we talked about, and then they picked up a big win yesterday over Utah Tech, a 14-5 victory, run-ruling the Trailblazers. For Utah Valley, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. They've left 2 on, a run on 5 hits, no errors, 4 left on, and another pitcher's duel between the Thunderbirds and Wolverines. We have seen this script before, as this one is fouled off by Tatum Hall.
And really the story for the Thunderbirds in that first one was stranding runners. In the second game that they won, they were just bringing everybody home, and then here again their offense has struggled. Now with Nielsen, a chance to keep the Wolverines offense at bay.
That one's fisted to the left side. Becerra, come on, grab it, fire over to first for the final out of the inning. So Riley Nielsen makes quick work of the Wolverines. In the 6th, 3 up and 3 down. To the bottom of the 6th we go, 2-1, Utah Valley. Kendra Sheehan. We talked about the leash for Lily Riley. I think the logic for Cody Thompson, this is the horseshoe road to get here. You're going to ride her to the finish line.
And nobody's been warming up in that bullpen, trusting the workhorse, Lily Riley. Been a strikeout machine all season long, very capable of going the distance. And it looks like if it's working, stick with it.
3, 4, and 5 to the plate for Southern Utah as they bring to the heart of the order. Up in the 6th. I'd argue Mackenzie Becerra might be the most critical at bat of the game so far. I need to keep that leadoff lady off first base. Takes that one up and in. A rare ball 1 from Lily Riley.
Yeah, essentially you're down to your final 6 outs for Southern Utah, so very important. Manufacture some runs. You don't have to do it all at once, but you got to get that leadoff person on base.
2-1 Utah Valley, our score in the 6th. I'm Kyle Cruz. She's Kendra Sheehan. Drew Lawton is in the dugout. Blaine Temez is our producer of tonight's game. Emma Boggs is directing our show. Technical director is John Stewart. Aiden and Tremaine and Sabrina Borg are our EVS operators. Caitlin Flanagan, former Charlton State soccer player, man, and our graphics operator tonight. Audio engineer is Danny Weiss, and then our camera operators are Dylan Morgan, Cody Smith, James Flynn, Berkeley Fansler, and Danny Green. As big of a production as you'll find in Stephenville, Texas, as this ball is absolutely crushed to left field. Mackenzie Becerra just to step out in front.
That was a great at-bat by Becerra. You see the power she's capable of. Just pulls that one a little bit too far left field into foul territory. She moves that up a bit, and that one's gone.
Gotta keep the ball down if you're Lily Riley here against a power-hitting third baseman. 9 home runs on the year as she just stays alive here. Count it 2-2.
And this will tell you a lot about Lily Riley's strength, about her endurance. If she can keep a hitter like Becerra, especially with 6 outs left at bay.
2-2 offering from Riley. Grounded back through the middle. Moreno ranges to her left, knocks it down. She's not going to have the time to make the play to first. And the WACO Defensive Player of the Year, a rare miscue out at short. There's that leadoff lady over at first base.
Yeah, a gift for Southern Utah. Just bobbles it off the chest. Great job keeping the composure to get it over there, but not in time for a speedy Becerra. And a gift for Southern Utah. Can they capitalize? Ramirez needs to show up here.
You got those 2 different kinds of in-between hops. You've either got the scoop that you see, or you get that one that kind of gets up on your midsection. And right there, it looked like Brittany Moreno, little bit out of her comfort zone there when that ball came up. Goes off the heel of the glove. Becerra will check out for a pinch runner here, as it is going to be Aubrey Burgos to run over at first base, and Ariana Ramirez to the dish. Fouls this one off. Ramirez, a couple of ground outs in this game. Grounded to second in the first, and then grounded to short in the 4th. A lot of situations, trailing by a run with only 6 outs to go, you would see a bunt. I would be shocked to see that here from Ariana Ramirez.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with the limited outs that you have here, and especially with Ramirez. I mean, when her bats are hot, they're really hot. First team all-WAC for a reason. It's funny, a couple years ago, Coach Williams had a reminder to swing, and once she got that confidence, she really took off.
That one misses for a ball, 2-1. That's the one thing in the 56, Lily Riley. All week she's been ahead, and all of a sudden she's found herself in a lot of precarious counts here over the 5th and 6th innings. This one is going to be driven to right field. Ranging over towards the line is the right fielder, Megan Amber Rodriguez, as Sturzer was removed. Purdy over in left. So Purdy, man, Rodriguez versus the original Rodriguez, man, and Sturzer look left to right in the outfield. So different Wolverine out there, same result though, 1 away now, and it is going to bring up Savannah Lira.
And I will say we are starting to get a little movement in the bullpen. Not a lot of throwing, just kind of warming up a little bit. So depending on if Riley can't stay ahead in the count, Thompson may decide, hey, let's switch it up here.
You've also got to be prepared. In what's a 1-run game, you're a hit away from this thing being even. You got to have somebody ready to go if this thing gets pushed into extra innings as here comes the 0-1 offering. That one swung through and missed. And Savannah Lyra is going to need to gear up a little quicker than that.
Yeah, real slow bat swing there, just a little bit behind in the count. A great pitch from Lily Riley. Nice changeup off speed.
Lyra is 0 for 2, popped to third in the second, grounded out to, actually flew out, I should say, to Kendall Purdy in the fourth. Is 0-2 the count. Purdy made that play up against the base of the wall on the Lyra shot, as this one misses for a ball. 1-2, not a bad waste pitch from Lily Riley, who has given Cody Thompson 5 1/3 innings, 5 hits, an earned run, a walk, and 4 Ks. Rounding away for a ball.
The back-to-back pitches where Riley just missing outside, trying to get Lyra to go chasing. Credit to Lyra.
And Cody Thompson wants to come out and visit with his right-hander, as he feels the importance of this moment, his team clinging to a 1-run lead. And not only would it be important for Lily Riley to get to the finish line, because you feel like she's your strongest arm in the circle, but if she could get to the finish line, win this game for Utah Valley, you got a relatively fresh Paige Armendariz ready to go tonight to take on Tarleton State. She will likely get the ball on the nightcap. But most importantly for the Wolverines, you got to fend off the ladies from Cedar City.
You look at Armendariz, I mean, she had an incredible outing inside the circle, and you're looking at Tarleton State, who's got the number 2 pitcher in the conference, Shelby Schultz, didn't have a whole lot of innings pitched after the weather delay. So you're going to need a really solid arm inside the circle. You got to get through here, like you mentioned.
Interesting to see how Tarleton State approaches it, as this one's flown to right field. Amber Rodriguez makes the play as she drifts into foul territory. So 2 away now, and that will leave the Thunderbird half of the 6th up to their catcher, Cassidy Munoz.
Hey, Cassidy Munoz has had a solid outing today, has gotten on base at both of her at-bats. But we'll see what she's able to do here. I like her composure at the plate. She's just smart. I think that comes from being a catcher.
Munoz doubled her first time to the plate as she fouls that pitch back. Munoz then walked to lead off the 5th. Trying to move the line in the 6th as the Thunderbirds are running out of outs. Just missed for a ball, 1-1. Lily Riley will throw her 90th pitch. That one's line to the left side. Moreno's going to snare it on the cut of the outfield turf, but she'll have to put it in her back pocket as there is no play. So 2 on, 2 out. So now the go-ahead run on base. And it'll be Alea Toscano.
Danger not averted. I like Moreno with the back of the glove grab right there to cut off any further movement. I mean, your WAC co-defensive player here making that rare mistake and then is able to shut down any more movement. This is huge for Lily Riley. She's got to get out of this inning unscathed and give the Wolverines a chance to put on an insurance run in the next inning.
Toscano 0 for 2 tonight. A ground out to second and a strikeout as that one misses for a ball. 1-0.
And it is Armendariz who's now gone into full pitches, so certainly ready if needed to be that closer.
Grounded to short. Moreno will go the short way to third to end the inning. So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. It doesn't happen with Brittany Moreno as she ends the inning. As it's 2-1, we go to the 7th. Utah Valley with the lead.
University Credit Union has been serving students, employees, and alumni of the university community for more than 70 years. We've got plenty of moves that benefit our members, like the lowest loan rates in the nation guarantee, educational resources, personalized savings and investing advice, and 24/7 online and mobile banking. Plus, our virtual assistant, Royce, is always happy to deliver an assist. University Credit Union, the winning choice. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
Paige Armendariz will lead things off for Utah Valley in the 7th as they look for insurance, leading it 2-1. And it's been a little bit of a two-lady show for Utah Valley. Brittany Moreno and Tatum Hall tonight are 3 for 6 with a pair of home runs and both runs driven in. The rest of the Utah Valley lineup, 0 for 14. Paige Armendariz digs in, 0 for 2 showing tonight so far. Designated player takes that one, 4-ball, 1-0.
It's unfortunate for Southern Utah's pitching staff. I mean, Hannah Duncan started off with some really good stuff. You leave 2 pitches over, and Utah Valley makes you pay. Now you have Nielsen coming in, and it's been solid so far. But 2 pitches off, and Utah Valley, a team like they are, a tournament team, will capitalize.
2 mistakes has Hannah Duncan on the wrong end of a 2-1 decision right now. She went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, walked 1, and struck out 1. As that one just missed for a ball, 3-0. And we talked about the importance of Southern Utah getting that lead-off lady on. That went by the boards in the 6th. Just as critical for Utah Valley as they look to tack one more on for Lily Riley. That one's taken down the heart of the plate for a called strike. Hitters count now on Armendariz. Up and in for a ball. So a 5-pitch walk to Armendariz, and she'll go down to first base. And Utah Valley gets that leadoff lady on and a critical insurance run as Kendall Purdy, who's been outstanding defensively out in left field, she'll swing the stick for the first time tonight.
Oh my goodness, the plays that she was making over in left field, the ground she was covering, making it look easy too. Barely breaking a sweat, I'm sure she is, but it didn't look like it from the way that she was going. But her bats have been good as well. A little up and down, a little inconsistent, but she's gotten hot at big important moments. And so Coach Thompson trusting in her to be able to come in and make an impact. Senior too.
Look at that play she made on that line drive by Michaela Salvatierra back in the 5th inning. She banged off the left field wall. That would have scored at least 1, maybe 2. Would have changed the complete complexion of this game. Instead, it remains a 2-1 lead as Kendall bats 0-1 the count.
Purdy was a big part of the tournament team last year in their semifinal run. She was in that 9-hole spot. She hit the go-ahead 2-run triple against CBU, kept the Wolverines' tournament hopes alive, and so rewarding her efforts throughout the season and defensively here at the plate now.
An outstanding career at Salt Lake Community College before coming over as a first-team All-Region member. Took them to the NJCAA National Tournament as this one's fouled off. Count now at 1-2. One-two to Kendall Purdy. Takes it down and away for a ball. And I'm a little interested in the offensive approach here. Purdy, who runs well, this looked like a sacrifice opportunity if you wanted it. By the way, Maddie McSorley running over at first base now. Chop to the right side. And unable, I think, to get anybody is the second baseman, Tawny Mazeris. Went for the tag, lost the softball as Don Williams comes out, and I'm not sure what the call is there. They're going to bring Kendall Purdy back over. We'll get back to you on that one. So Kendall Purdy goes back over to the dugout. McSorley back to first. There's now one away here in the top of the seventh. So I think, getting ruling from the press box, I think what we are jumping to the conclusion of is Kendall Purdy was out of the batter's box completely when she made contact. We'll get a second ruling at the break, but contact out of the box is what we are getting from the press box. So Kendall Purdy is retired, and this one's going to be lined into right field. And now, Kendra, how big of a call is that? That would have loaded the bases with nobody out. Instead, first and second with one away. As we're going to take another look really quick at Kendall Purdy. That's a good call.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's interesting there? Usually you see those slap contact hitters, they're out in front of the box trying to get the start. I don't know if I've ever seen someone take a step towards the plate to cover more room on the outer half.
Took a step to the side there, and unfortunate for Utah Valley, who would have been in a prime situation to tack on those insurance runs. Now they'll have to do it the hard way, one out on the board, but certainly capable with two runners on.
That hit by Emma Haygood is the first hit for Utah Valley by somebody not named Tatum Hall or Brittany Moreno. So now, though, another critical moment, as I think that's going to do it for Riley Nielsen, as Southern Utah is going to go to the bullpen. As they make the change, we take the break. 2-1, Utah Valley with a lead and threatening in the seventh.
Credit Union has been serving students, employees, and alumni of the university community for more than 70 years. We've got plenty of moves that benefit our members, like the lowest loan rates in the nation guarantee, educational resources, personalized savings and investing advice, and 24/7 online and mobile banking. Plus, our virtual assistant, Royce, is always happy to deliver an assist. University Credit Union, the winning choice. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, baby-like wonder, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea.
Get the Boardwalk Bundle, a #2 sub, chips and a drink for $10.99. Available for a limited time.
It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Clutch Seats. Get in on the action. Don't miss the save.
From one Nielsen to another, it is Avery Nielsen now coming to the circle to try to keep Utah Valley at bay. A must-stop situation here as that is in for a called strike, 0-2.
I feel like these two sisters complement each other well, going back to back. Riley Nielsen was doing a lot of down ball pitches. Avery, really known for her rise ball, though we haven't seen it these first two pitches, but a nice compliment to get these hitters off balance.
Bailey Marvin at the plate. She had a big hit the first time these two hooked up on Wednesday. Her two-run single to left field gave Utah Valley a 2-1 lead. Comes up here looking to do the exact same thing here, although this time her team clinging to a 2-1 lead. Swing and a miss as Avery Nielsen pulls the string on Bailey Marvin, and a big second out.
That was huge. I mean, Bailey Marvin had that nice at bat in the pinch hitting position against her sister Riley.
This one's going to be grounded over to third base. Making the snag and throwing across the diamond is Becerra for the final out of the inning. So Utah Valley threatens but does not score in the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Thunderbirds need a run. Between Utah Valley and a matchup with Tarleton State tonight. And Kendra, if they find a way to get there, it's going to be on the arm of Lily Riley, our Jersey Mike's player of the game.
Fantastic work. 6 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, only walked 1, 6 hits. The 1 lone earned run has been outstanding in terms of giving the Wolverines the best possible chance against a red-hot Thunderbirds offense that came in from a 14-run performance last night.
Tawny Mazeris at the plate. 0 for 1. And she struck out swinging in the second, was pinch hit for when her spot in the 8-hole came up the second time around. 2-0 offering. That one's popped behind home plate, and this leadoff lady so critical. In the bottom of the 7th, as Southern Utah tries to keep their season alive.
Coach Williams said the bottom of the lineup has been their Achilles heel on offense all season long. Big opportunity for these 8-9 hole hitters to prove themselves.
It's interesting, too. Mentioned it earlier. Bottom third was really good last night against Utah Tech. Tawny Mazeris had that home run. Couple of hits from Isabella Knight. Leia Toscano had a hit and a couple of RBIs. So they've been productive this week. Have to be productive now as this one is fouled back. A couple of nice bounce back pitches. And Lily Riley's got it all square at 2-2.
And a good fight from Mazeres. That's exactly what you want to see. Extend the at-bat, force Lily Riley to continue to throw pitches.
2-2 offering. In for a called strike 3. Lily Riley paints the outside corner. Her 5th strikeout of the evening and a big punch out to lead off the bottom of the 7th.
Saw that emotion from Lily Riley and well-deserved. Paints that corner so good on going east to west, a little bit up in the zone. No bigger strikeout than that one right there. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts for Mazeres.
Isabella Knight digs in. Strikeout victim her first time at the plate, way behind that fastball. It's 0-1. Lily Riley now up to the 100-pitch plateau as Thunderbirds getting organized down the first baseline. Lily Riley starting to find that pace again inside the circle. You got to try to throw her timing and rhythm off. She tries to close it out.
She's been so good, especially when she gets that confidence like you just saw from that strikeout, which is guaranteed to provide that. She's in her rhythm.
0-1 the count. Here it comes. In for a called strike. Now 0-2. Knight's going to have to protect.
Lily Riley has gone over 100 pitches multiple times. Her highest, 135 pitches.
Rounded over Moreno at short. Fires it over to first for the out. So now Utah Valley an out away from preserving their season and pushing themselves into the nightcap against the Texans.
Well, leave it up to your leadoff hitter, Terrelyn Ollison. I think for Coach Williams, you'd want her in this position. Season on the line. Can she come through for you?
She has 2 of the 6 Thunderbird hits tonight. Singled in the first, singled in the 5th, and drove home the lone run of the game as she also flew out to Kendall Purdy in left field.
Got a drastic shift pulled on her to the left side, so she can hit it into that center right field gap. There's a lot of real estate there.
Skied into shallow center field. Coming on, Angelique Mann makes the call and the catch. And Utah Valley moves on to take on the host Tarleton State behind another gem from Lily Riley. The complete game victory here tonight. For Utah Valley with a victory, they improved to 31-22 with a win. As I mentioned, they move on to take on the 2 seed Tarleton State tonight in another elimination game. 2 runs, 4 hits, and error. 4 left on. Southern Utah sees their season come to a close at 21-30. A valiant effort today. A run on 6 hits, no errors. They leave 6 on, does Southern Utah, as they are 3 of 15 with runners on, only 1 of 5 with runners in scoring position, as it's Utah Valley that finds the biggest plays in the biggest moments, Kendra, and sets them up for an opportunity with a host Tarleton State.
3 straight appearances to the semifinals in the WAC tournament. Utah Valley came up big. When their backs were against the wall, they were able to show out, and huge credit to Lily Riley. And you just needed a few. You needed Brittany Moreno, you needed Tatum Hall to show up, and that's exactly what they did.
Standing alongside our player of the game is Drew Lawton with Lily Riley.
I will ask you who you are. Thank you, guys. Lily, you pitched a great game holding Southern Utah to 1 run. What was going for you on the mound?
I was just really trusting my defense. I've trusted them this whole season, and so I just knew I could throw whatever, and my defense would have my back. So it was just really easy to trust my stuff and trust them as well.
And you guys knew that you could be playing another game, but how important was it for you to stay focused on the game that was playing today?
You know, before the game, we were just talking, you know, 1 game at a time. You know, the team that wants it more is going to be the team that advances, and we wanted to be that team. So we just said 1 game at a time, and I think we just focused on that today, and now we're moving on to the next.
Thank you, Lily. Guys.
Thank you, Drew. Lily Riley, a complete game, allows only 1 run in the victory. She is our signature championship rings. Post-game interview, your success set in stone. As we want to remind everybody, today's game was produced by Blaine Temez. Emma Boggs is our director. Technical director is John Stewart. Aiden Tremaine and Sabrina Borg were our replay operators. Caitlin Flanagan was on graphics. Danny Weiss, our audio engineer. Dylan Morgan, Cody Smith, James Flynn, Berkeley Fansler, and Danny Green were our camera operators. This has been a special presentation of ESPN and the Western Athletic Conference. All games airing live or archived on the ESPN app. For Kendra Sheehan and Drew Lawton, this is Kyle Cruz saying so long. Don't you go anywhere, though. 30 minutes. It's the Wolverines and the Texans in elimination action.